Hello, gentle viewers. This is Indian welcoming you to a new episode of Out of the Park Baseball 18 as the Atlanta Braves. It hasn't been the best season. We are presently 31-57, mostly due to a god-awful rotation. And as we saw in the last episode, it turned out that simply clicking a single button, this guy right here, makes every starter look brilliant. When in reality, this is the actual rotation we're looking at. Yeah, we have one good starting pitcher, one mediocre starting pitcher, and then a bit of junk. But we've made some major changes to the team in an effort to try to salvage what's left of the season. We have called up two new rookies. Go away. We called up Jared Singer. We called up Dave Warren. Ben Webb is filling in for an injured right fielder. Oh no, I take that back. When we traded Arifuri, that's what happened. Vargas has been everything we hoped for. Reggie has been a brilliant hitter in his own right. Morris is slipping a little bit, and he is getting on the older side. I've got him for a couple more seasons, but if he's not hitting 300, he's not nearly as valuable. But we'll see what happens. He could easily turn things around here in the second half of the season. Right. So there's very little we can do to fix our pitching problems, by the way. We just don't have the starters. It's going to take a long time before we do because we've been overvaluing the wrong pitchers. Which is a real shame, but it's going to be a few seasons before we can... Or it's just going to take us a lot of money in the offseason. But for now, let's just play on. We picked up a couple of pitchers who might offer something of a shot in the arm. For the team, Gordy Burgess in particular. Who would instantly be one of the better starters we've got, but we're just going to keep going for now. We've made enough changes to the team that it's time to just sit back and see what the effects are going to be. They're going to be 3 more straight losses. Anyone from the Braves? And is anyone there for a good reason? Team homes. Yeah, our pitching staff is just brutal. Carl's having a nice little rebound season, too. Here's the thing. Putting him on the DL does us very little good because we don't have a ready replacement. Because Resendiz isn't ready yet. So we're just going to have him continue to play until he's so injured he can't play anymore. I know that seems kind of like a jerk move, but no, Rivera's hurt. That's not great. But again, let's continue. A trade proposal. They would give me a much better catcher in exchange for Parada. Thing is, I had you last season and you weren't that thrilling. How bad have my catchers actually been? Holland's been pretty terrible, and so has Fonseca. Holland's been really bad. Let me discuss the trade, and let's see if I can get you to throw in a starting pitcher of some nature. I know you wouldn't give me Sean Schmidt. What about Dan Dean? What about Juan Olberos? You'd think of it as an insult. What can I get for Parada? It does seem a little silly to have him on the team when he's not even playing all that often. Get a mediocre relief pitcher. A third baseman who's got a while to go. Another third baseman who's got a while to go. Tempting. There's some interesting parts here, but there's no one here that I would go out of my way for. Do we take the original trade? Or do I just let Fonseca play more? I think that's what we'll do. I think we'll just... I mean, at this point, Holland is bad with no future, and Fonseca is bad with a possible future. So we're just going to go Fonseca every day. That he's healthy. And we'll just look to upgrade maybe in the off season. I mean, he's really bad as Holland. Holland has cost us a full win. Okay, let's go. Arizona really wants to get rid of Gonzalez, and I don't want him. Is it Arizona again? Nope, this one's a new one. It's for another catcher, though. Okay, now Jerome has an important benefit. He's got a really good arm. This is a player I'm not using for a player that'll probably just be a backup. Although he's actually not the worst hitter. This deal I will actually take. Unless I can get you to throw in a starter. But like a Dave Bird. Yeah, would you throw him in? Very bad. And you basically want Reggie for Bird. Do you have any interesting prospects as a starter? Like a DJ Lideker type. Not quite an insult, and again, yeah, we have really bad starting pitching. And that's the only other marginally interesting prospect. I mean, I can just go for Mike Thompson. You're just going to keep telling me no. That's fine. I will take Jerome. So many people mad because I think Parada was pretty popular. But I had to do what was best for the team. It was best for the team. It was acquiring not a young catcher, but a catcher with cheap availability who's actually not that bad. No, I want to send you to AAA Holland. You know what? I will trade you happily. We'll take literally the first quasi-interesting deal I get. I may get nothing. I got an interesting second baseman who's actually a first baseman. Yeah, either people want to dump salary or they're giving me bad players. I'll take God. It's not a perfect acquisition. What about, are you at least you're actually at least a good defensive catcher. You know what? I'll take you for that. There we go. And then we go waivers in DFA. We put Jerome on the main roster. We send Smildy to AAA. Oh, sorry, I have to put you on the 40-man first. Sorry. Then you go to AAA. Are you shitting me? I ain't carrying 3 catchers. I am not carrying 3 catchers. I will go ahead and actually let you... I will actually waive you. And if someone else claims you, it's fine. At least I don't have to pay extra for cutting the guy. And then we do need an interesting bat. Which we do not have in the high minors. We do in AA. We could call up Resendiz. No, because a lot of his talent isn't there yet, and I'd like to give him a full season in AAA. Actually, I will promote him though. Let's stick him in AAA and just let him just work on his craft. Any other interesting bats? I got a lot of pitching. Rodolfo Avino at least hits for contact. Yeah, we'll go and call up Alcafachoa. He's too good at too many positions. I'll find a spot for him. Yeah, and we'll just make... I think Queen is a pretty decent first baseman. Here we go. And then you'll play here. And here. And here. And then we go here. And here. And here, and here. Queen is like the most useful utility infielder in the history of utility infielders. And here, and here. And I know I'm forgetting to upgrade my catching spot, which I will be doing here very shortly. Sorry, you were the starting catcher for all of like 5 seconds. Luis Fonseca. I'm a little sorry. I'm just not very sorry. Oh, Queen is the backup first baseman, because Queen can actually kind of hit, sorta. Tommy Jerome is the new starting catcher. Oh, it's like Parada was my DH. It's fine. I'll just let Tim Hart be the DH all the time. I don't play with the DH that much anyway. Here goes Jerome. Here goes Fonseca. Jerome, Fonseca. And then Jerome and Fonseca. Right. Away we go. Oh, who's injured? Ben Webb is suspended for 11 games because, of course, he is. Stupid Ben Webb. The Bird Watchers. Hehehehe. For those of you that don't know, Mark Fidrich's nickname was the Bird. He pitched in the 70s and I believe 80s. He was really good for a couple seasons and just kind of meh. Not me, not me, not me, not me, not me. Well, but... What's your problem, Tim Hart? You are not getting traded. You're just going to suck it up. You're not that good a player to play every day. I don't care anymore. People are just going to get hurt. Oh, I can keep him, though. That's pretty cool. Come on, people. Yeah, you can go on a rehab assignment. Good Lord, I think I've had an injury every day for like the past 5 or 6 days. Good Lord. I think we're going to be just bad enough not to get the #1 draft pick. And even our hitting has started to slip, and it was never that great to begin with, and our pitching is still, oh my god, awful. Well, it's getting a little better, I guess. What is Andrade's problem? Is he just overuse? No. He's just been unlucky. A 400 BABIP? Andrade's really, really good. So, hey look, Vargas is now injured for 2 weeks. He's not important to this team at all. You can have the 2 weeks off, and then I'm just going to let the AI do whatever it feels is necessary. We don't know how long Karios is injured. Come on, Singer. You have like 5 injuries right now. Good Lord, buddy. You can play through the pain. I know Novel was hurt. Singer now has a setback. Tim Hart is injured. This is getting silly. Every single player, I think, on this team has just been injured all of a sudden. My position players are like gutted right now. Quit suffering bloody setbacks. Good Lord. Yeah, no, I probably should have just told them to take a couple weeks off, but... This hasn't been a great season for us, has it? Also, you can be injured again for me, please. Oh, thank you for your thousands upon thousands of niggling injuries. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay. Problem solved. Can have Vargas back. Very welcome news. I probably shouldn't be quite so cavalier with Singer, huh? Problem is I have no one else that can play center field even remotely decently. I just haven't done a very good job of building up this team because I thought our pitching staff was so solid that I've been trading away pitching for players that are probably also not that good. So this is mildly problematic. Um, 5 for 5. How come I don't get rookies that come up hitting 300? He'll actually never hit this well again. That's the good news. Anyone I want to think about calling up? Hey, wow, he's really improved. He's not good enough to be a starter, but he's good enough to be a reliever. Let's go ahead and put Castillo on the roster. I'm going to throw him in the deep end, and you can just pitch middle relief right now. Yeah, Andrade is just getting lit up for some reason, and there's no logical reason for it, which means I'm just going to trust him. I'm going to let him finish out the season and then hope that next season he comes in strong. Yeah, Newman is actually terrible. Oh well. What are you stopping for? It must actually be the end of the week. Okie dokie. Yeah, we need... Oh, come on. Really? The one guy who actually can pitch? Oh, you got move him actually to the 60-day ADL. And then I need a starter. Mike Fitzhugh, come on up. And then... Fitzhugh is a reliever. I don't know why they insist on considering him a starter. He's a reliever. Which actually drastically increases his flexibility and usefulness. Long relief. Let's go just put Olivos back inside. We're already the worst team in the league. There's not much upside to... Or downside, rather, to not playing him. We're going to have to do a serious overhaul of the pitching rotation this offseason. That's got to be priority number one. Priority number two, we just need a better team. And I think a lot of the weaknesses of this team were masked by the way we had the settings set. And we've made a lot of questionable decisions over the seasons about which offense, like which outfielders to keep, for example. God damn it, Karios. Yeah, fragile would be a nice change of pace. So this is something of a lost season. Sure. Why not? Rossetti's now an 80 potential. I just can't rush him right now. Jordy Burgess, why not? Long relief emergency SP. We're just going to start clearing decks left and right. We're going to gut this rotation in the off-season. And we need to build up a lot of depth in the outfield. We've got 3 tentpole players to build around: Reggie, Warren, and Vargas. And only Vargas of those is over 26. I'm probably not going to be asked back. Let's be honest. If they decide to re-sign me, I'll take the deal. Just because I think this team has enough components that I think... God damn it, Edders. Really? I think there's enough potential in this lineup, at the very least, to make a go of it. Sure, everyone gets injured all of a sudden. Do I need to fire my freaking trainer again? Because this is getting silly. This is getting really silly. Really silly. Oh, sure. Why don't you shut out Atlanta? Everyone be getting injured. Oh, it's player development update. Yep. Ooh, Fitzhugh's potential skyrocketed. That's pretty cool. Oh, because I changed into a reliever, that's right. Queen got a little better. Singer got a little better. Resendi's contact got better, but his potential power and eye are slipping. People are getting better. Bork is getting better. We're going to have a difficult talk with him at some point. You know what? Bork might be the kind of guy I could trade for a pitcher in the offseason. Oh, no Jeff O'Brien or Luis Rayon to kick around anymore. Let's just end this regular season as quickly as possible. Get onto the walk of shame. Shut up, Tim Hart. You are not valuable. You're a pinch hitter. That's what you were brought in for. If you don't like it, deal with it. Huh. Oh, that's right. Norfolk isn't my actual team. And we'll, as usual, sim through the playoffs. I don't care if you want to be traded. You can take a long walk off a short pier. Plus, I might be the one who gets fired. This was a pretty bad season. Let's see. Yes, but I don't want him off the DL. Alright, fine. Minnesota and the Dodgers. I certainly would have called Minnesota in the playoffs, but sure. Minnesota World Series champions. Congratulations, Minnesota Twins. My season score is a 1. Oh, dear. You extended my contract? I'll be damned. What do we do with Karios? His power's slipping. He's 31. He hasn't had a great season in 3 seasons. I have to void this deal. We can maybe talk about a cheap thing. And Barron's was just a waste of time. He is upset. And he wants me to get better. Okay. Different people. Yeah, we will get a new pitching coach. It's fine. But that'll be for next episode. So we pretty much bottomed out. And that's because, again, of just how badly we had judged pitching in this game. So, lesson learned, we'll need to make a lot of effort in the offseason to improve that. But that'll be for next episode. I think with a decent enough rotation, we can maybe make a run at the playoffs within the next 2 to 3 seasons. Because the core is solid. Vargas is really good. Reggie is really good. Warren is really good. Singer could be really good. Let's do a quick season review. Vargas was everything we'd hoped he'd be. Still hasn't quite reached the halcyon highlights he did with the Tigers. But still very good. 31 homers, 121, and Gold Glove caliber defense. Reggie had a very fine offensive season indeed. Hitting 32 homers with 38 doubles. 509 slugging percentage, 357 on base. He still has more in him, but if he just gave us like the next 5 years of this level of performance, I would be a very happy man. Pat Morris is starting to age a little bit. With his batting average slipping, a lot of his value has disappeared. But he did still play at least acceptable second base, and so for that reason, he's fine. He did well. In his first full season, Warren didn't hit as well as I would have liked, but played very fine defense. And that's really what it's about, and he got on base. This is essentially what I expect from him, with just maybe a little bit more home run power going forward. But I'm fine with Warren playing third base. Tim Hart did well in limited playing time. Omari Queen continued to be very useful over the diamond. But we just really need another player to take us over the top. Singer's first season wasn't brilliant. He had a lot of trouble hitting. And he didn't even play center field as well as I'd expected. I literally brought him in because he was supposed to be a great center fielder. Maybe it'll take him some time to adjust at the major league level. He still has a lot of potential. It's too soon to give up on him yet. Is there anyone on this team, anyone, with a positive WAR? Nope, it's pretty much just a big steaming pile of crap all around. Lot of work to do. Andrade was just really unlucky. I can't expect him to get hit at a 389 clip. If he's anywhere near 300, I think he's one of the better closers in the league. As you can plainly see from here, he was just under replacement level, despite the fact that he actually had a pretty objectively bad season. This was not a great season. But next season, hopefully, will be better. Until then, though, this has been Avindian. I hope you have enjoyed the episode. If you have, please remember to like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you think we can do to maybe turn this around in the next season or two. Or maybe just the next season, I might get fired. But until then, I bid you good day.